We should be very concerned. China has certain plans. They want to be the dominant economic and military power in the world by 2049, and this just shows you that they're accelerating their efforts. So, yeah, we should be very concerned about it.
Where are they getting this money from? I mean, economically, they're suffering worse than we certainly are. Western Europe seems to have bounced back quicker. Why do they keep spending in these areas?
Well, because they have a plan, and their plan is by 2049, which is the 100th-year anniversary of the revolution, that they want to be the dominant military and the dominant economic power in the world, and they're going to stick to that plan. And by the way, we're financing it. We're the ones that are funding it. Every time that you buy a Chinese product or send another American company over to China to produce stuff, we're actually funding the instrument of what could be our demise. And so, yeah, I urge every American to look at when they're buying things, see if you can buy something made in America or made by one of our allies, and try to stay away as much as possible from things made by China.
But that's not going to be enough. You need a concerted, wholehearted, all-hands-on-deck effort to decouple our manufacturing from there, including making it hard for businesses to open up there. And places like BlackRock for staying out of there. Nike and Apple are already pulling out. When you look at China, the United States spends way more than they do on we spend a lot more than they do on military, $816 billion to $230 billion. But the question is, what are we spending it on?
Right, exactly. And so, look, they're spending their money on modernizing their equipment. They are, in some cases, ahead of us in certain technologies. They steal a lot of our ideas and our designs. And so, and they don't have to pay their soldiers, the same thing that we pay ours. And so when you look at a budget, most of the budget that we spend here in the United States is spent on our personnel because they're, much better, well paid. They don't do that in China. But as far as their equipment, they're modernizing it. Their tactics are changing. And so they're developing standoff capabilities to keep the U.S. at bay, especially as their designs on Taiwan become more and more clear.
So do you believe this administration gets it? And do you believe this is the one issue that Democrats and Republicans could get together on?
Do I believe this administration gets it? I'm not sure about that. But is it one issue that Democrats and Republicans can agree on? Yes. And I'm pretty heartened by my colleagues that sit across the aisle, that sit on the China Select Committee. We seem to be speaking the same language. We understand the threat. Now, the solutions, the Democrats may have different solutions than we do on the Republican side. But by and large, it is a bipartisan issue. And look, we need to be together in this fight. If not, we will lose this fight in the end to the Chinese Communist Party.
From education on down, we need to rally with that in mind. And we'll have something to fight or race against. And that could unify the